Good morning, Coeur d'Alene. We are so excited to have you at the very first Coeur d'Alene Chamber virtual Upbeat breakfast. This is a really unique opportunity. We're very excited to have you a part of this. I hope you're all enjoying it. You get to wear your own clothes, you get to eat your own breakfast, and enjoy your own coffee or whatever it may be. So we are here today. We are delighted to have you. I hope that you are excited about this opportunity and get to hear from a great panel. We have a great sponsor today. The panel we have, I want to go ahead and introduce them really quick before we get started on everything. We have Troy Tymason with the city, who's going to moderate everything. We have our sheriff, Ben Wolfinger. We have Mark Tucker with United Way and Laura Whalen with Panhandle Health District. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We have a great sponsor. We have Jody Azevedo with the Numerica Credit Union. I'm going to let her go ahead and get us started, and she's going to talk about that and have a short video. So thank you all so much for being here, and welcome Jody really quickly.
Thank you, Daryl. Well, good morning, Coeur d'Alene, and thank you to the Coeur d'Alene Chamber for keeping us all connected virtually. We're proud to be a sponsor of the first virtual Upbeat breakfast, and we're just really happy that the Coeur d'Alene Chamber is bringing relevant speakers to help us learn about what's going on in our community right now. At Numerica, we're also learning to embrace this new virtual world. We have the majority of our employees telecommuting. Our IT department has been very busy. And I have to say, these times have actually, you've seen a lot of good coming from the community. And it's really shining through. Every day you'll read something that there's something positive, somebody helping somebody, watching a video that shows somebody doing something great for someone, or even reading more toilet paper jokes. I mean, it's all just bringing out the joy and the good in our community during this difficult time. And at Numerica, we also believe in spreading goodness throughout the community during this difficult time. Last month, we announced $225,000 in COVID-19 emergency response grants. For Kootenai County, that meant $25,000 for helping our nonprofits who are on the front line serving families and serving those that may be impacted by COVID-19. And as a wrap up, we have a video of some of the grant recipients for that. And I miss you all. Can't wait to see you. We'll do some virtual hugs until then. So enjoy this video and have a wonderful day.
Unbelievable. I'm pretty speechless right now.
Thank you to Numerica Credit Union for standing behind us.
Thank you, Numerica, for helping us to be there for those who need us most.
Wonderful. Sorry, you got jumped up there.
Thank you and your members.
I would like to thank Numerica for your generous donation for the kids and families in our communities.
Oh my gosh, that's so awesome!
Thank you so much for your generous donation.
Awesome! Well, you just made my day.
Thank you, Numerica, for all of your help. This is really a blessing to all of us.
Thank you. I am really excited.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Numerica. We are stronger together.
Look, I'm gonna try not to cry. Thank you for all you do. We really love and appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. What a great surprise.
Thank you. Thank you, truly.
Thank you, America!
Good Tuesday morning. My name is Troy Tymason. I'm here with an esteemed group of presenters. I happen to be the city administrator for this great city. And during this time, thanks to the Chamber and all of our colleagues, we have gone through a real traumatic period, and I'm hopeful that it's very bright going forward. With us this morning, we have Mark Tucker from the United Way, Laura Whalen, who is coming to us via technology, and Sheriff.
Everybody, we have our office is technically closed, but we have someone coming in, so it seems like everybody I talk to has a different scenario for their office. As an organization, we would typically be getting ready for Spring Dash, which was scheduled to be this Saturday morning at McEwen Park. Obviously that's not happening, but we're trying out a virtual race. So I think much like this Upbeat Breakfast is virtual, we're giving a virtual Spring Dash a try. So this is the 38th year, obviously the first time it'll be virtual. Registrations are still open, and funds raised for this, instead of supporting the United Way General Fund, will go directly to the CDA COVID Relief Fund that's been established.
Oh, that's very good. Can you tell us a little bit about that fund that's been established?
Absolutely. So the fund was created, boy, I think we were sitting in this room on March 16th, and Brennan Mandel, Heidi Rogers, and Wanda Quinn started having this conversation the week before, and realized we need to get ahead of this and start doing something as a community. So between the City of Coeur d'Alene, the Chamber of Commerce, Panhandle Health District, we got together and pulled some nonprofits as well to try and understand who's going to be, or predict, can't understand until it happens obviously, who will be the most affected populations. And so the fund was created to support individuals in the local Coeur d'Alene area, whether children, and that was broken down into pre-K and K-12, workers that are in the service industry and the hospitality industry in counties.
And if I was, and I do want to donate, how would I donate to a fund like that, Mark?
So there's a few ways. I'm glad you asked, and I'll mention it again later, I'm sure. But individuals who like to text to give, they can text CDA COVID to 40403, or visit a website that was created, cdacovid.com. And actually that's a great partnership with the city and the chamber. The city has developed the site, and it'll be used for resources moving forward. But right now it's also the main portal for applications for organizations that are interested in applying for funds, as well as for people to make contributions.
Oh, what a great event, a great group of people that have put that together.
Absolutely.
I'm thinking more about a virtual run. So if I don't have to run, I get to pay money and don't really have to get sweaty and work out?
So you'll be supporting a great cause.
Okay.
You'll get the traditional, famous, ever popular Spring Dash t-shirt designed by a local high school student. And those are in production right now. So we're excited to do an announcement and an image virtually somehow of the winner of that contest and the t-shirt, hopefully this week. So we're excited about that. People will still get bibs. They'll post their time, or the registration system allows people to upload their time, and there's actually an app that can track it and do that for them, for those that actually want to run.
Okay.
And then we're hoping people will just share it and let others know. And anybody can still register, and I know you're thinking about it, at spring-cda.com.
You got me there. So that's a great deal. It can help a good organization, and I actually don't have to do a real time, and I don't have to pull a muscle.
Right. You can walk wherever you want. It's your course, your time.
Very good. Thanks for that flexibility. Well, thanks for all you do in our community, Mark. Anything else that you want to share with us here this morning?
Actually, there is. One of the things that being in the nonprofit sector that we always see in nonprofits, especially in this community, is that the community rallies around the work that nonprofits do. And it's been exciting to be a part of it in the 5.5, almost 6 years that I've been here, just in regular times. And to see it even strengthen in these times has been amazing. I mentioned the nonprofits that we have in our partnership, our CDA, Orchard Ridge Senior Living Center, St. Vincent de Paul, Panhandle Health District's Child Care Resource Center. There's a lot there that are really great, but also to look at the things that other people and agencies and collaborations that are happening in the community are phenomenal. Heritage Health is working on a way to make sure that the homeless population have a place to live and sleep that is safe and clean. The Kroc Center has been working with the Emergency Operations Center on in-kind contributions and helping facilitate that. The school district has childcare So there's so many things that this community is doing together that it's amazing. But I want people to also remember that so much of the work that nonprofits do in this community year-round is going to need to continue when this is done. And so don't forget about the nonprofits when you start getting back to normal, because we're going to have a lot of work to do, and it's going to go on much beyond this, and probably even greater for some organizations and agencies.
This is a giving community, and all together we'll get through this, but we don't want to forget about all our different partners that are out there. Well, Mark, I want to thank you for your time. There may be some wrap-up questions as we move forward. We have the distinguished Laura Whalen with us via electronics. Laura's been out at the Panhandle Health District since 2001. Is that correct, Laura?
It is correct, Troy.
Well, thank you for being here and all the great work that you are doing. As a city, we have relied upon you and a unified command to take direction during this pandemic. You have been putting in a huge amount of hours. I believe the sheriff shared with me we're in about our 31st day of this particular order. And so without further ado, I'd like to introduce Laura Whalen, who has a great impact on our community. Laura.
We've had our finger on the pulse of what's going on. It certainly is something that the likes of we've not seen probably since the Spanish flu of 1918. We are much more advanced than we were in 1918 with some of the tools that we have in our toolbox, so to speak, as far as public health goes. Certainly the awareness, number one, that it was coming, and the reality when it did hit, and things that were put into place. What we've seen, since the 15 days to slow the spread, and since the governor's order, certainly these measures are helping. They're helping slow the curve. I mean, what have we put in place? The order's been in place now. The governor's order, I think, for almost 3 weeks, and we've seen a slow in cases throughout Idaho. Certainly the cases are continuing, but they're not spiking. So appreciate all the mitigation efforts that all of us are taking, which includes this Zoom thing that we're doing. The non-essential business closures, workers doing their work from home, the closures of schools, adherence to social and physical distancing, the proper cleaning and hand washing. So I am encouraged by what I'm seeing with not a spike in cases. In North Idaho, well, let me speak to Kootenai County. We have 45 cases as of yesterday. I haven't checked this morning. With those cases, we're doing something called epi-contact tracing, which really is one of the keys to mitigation that is specific to public health. So if you were to have COVID, one of our epidemiologists would call you if you were at home, or if you were in the hospital and able to speak and with the epi. And talk to you about where you've been, who you've been around, kind of look at the circle that you've exposed, and then we would contact everybody in that circle to chat with them, make sure they weren't symptomatic, and if you were if you were living in the same household, we'd ask that you too stay home for a prescribed period of time. Certainly, that's key. That's key to stopping the spread, robust contact tracing. Testing is another key. I think we are so very fortunate in Kootenai County to have such wonderful partnerships and our healthcare system. Kootenai Health stepped up to the plate right away and set up a COVID testing tent right outside their emergency department, and shortly thereafter, a day or two after, set up a fixed facility, 2207 Ironwood Drive, where testing is available for those that are symptomatic, those any healthcare worker or first responder, So we've actually got quite a bit of testing going on in Kootenai County. I think we've done over 3,000 tests, which if you look at what our state testing has been, that's quite a percentage. So that's good. The hotline, we shortly after, I think we've been up and running for 4 weeks now with our COVID hotline, where anybody can call and get their questions answered. We can also screen for testing. I can get you to a nurse practitioner if you're symptomatic, and that NP will write an order for you to be tested. And that number is 877-415-5225. We're currently open Monday through Friday, 8 to 7 p.m., and Saturday, 9 to 1. Initially, we were seeing quite a volume of calls, 400 a day at one point in time. That has since decreased, so we're looking at those hours, maybe not, maybe to contract them a little bit at this point in time. Communication, as I think Mark mentioned, is so key in this event. Getting the right type of information out, the trusted sources, understand where you can get information. And I've said multiple times that what I've seen is an infodemic. There's so much false information out there. Know where to go, know what sources to trust. And certainly, we all know who they are. The CDC, the National Institute of Health. You can link to our website. I'm telling the truth on our website. So we are working to put, working with Kootenai Health in conjunction with Kootenai Health with our communication folks to get daily articles out to people with what's going on. PPE, personal protective equipment, is something that we're everybody's working on. We want to make sure that our healthcare workers, our first responders are protected with the proper. I mean, they're on the front lines of this war, if you will, against this virus, and they need to have the proper gear, and that means they need a N95, a mask that fits correctly to their face. They need to have gowns, gloves, and eye protection when they are working with these clients that are COVID positive or potentially COVID positive. So certainly we're working with our state and our hospital, long-term care, assisted living partners to assure that PPE is available. Modeling is it's not down the runway. It's more of a what if scenarios, and certainly there's a lot of modeling going on throughout the states. There's some modeling going on in Idaho. We're doing some modeling here, which is where we input things and then kind of see where do we think we're going to be in a week. When is our surge going to be? And certainly it's only as good as data in, data out. As I think I mentioned earlier, the social distancing that all of us have put into play really has not flattened, but prevented the spike in the curve. And when will it end? We all want to know when can we all go back to work? In my if I had a crystal ball, what I tell you is, it's not going to be okay, you stay, we all go. It's going to be a gradual thing, but it will happen. The governor's order, I believe, ends tomorrow, the 15th. And we'll hear from him. I know he's not yet made a decision, but he's listening to input from all sorts of people, from all sorts of professions, and he's listening to the science, and he will, I'm sure, take all that into consideration and make the best decision for Idaho. Collaborating with partners, I can't tell you how proud I am of this community. Our law enforcement, our first responders, our hospital staff, the elected officials, long-term care facilities, our school superintendents. I mean, everybody has come together and really looked at this problem from through their lens and working to have the best outcome for all Idahoans. Because let's remember who is truly at risk from this virus. It's the the person 60 or older that has comorbidities, right? I mean, it's my 87-year-old dad whose immune system, because of his age, has waned. And it's the folks that are living in long-term care facilities. It's the folks that are living in assisted living facilities. And they really need to take precautions. And the people around them, all of us, need to take precautions to assure that they're protected from this virus until we have a vaccine or some antivirals that can better treat this illness. I understand Sheriff Ben is in the room. Sheriff Ben, you were, I don't know if you were front page above the fold, but you certainly were in the paper today.
Thank you. Laura, thank you for all that you've been doing. I know as city administrator, we have worked closely via our frontline personnel. We can't thank you enough for the way in which you've assisted in getting the right equipment and proactive ways in which to produce policies. We have shared those throughout all of northern Idaho with the other agencies that are out there that are in the front lines. The testing that we've seen, and you mentioned, was a great improvement over a couple of weeks. It got much better, so thank you for that. As we look at this curve not spiking, which is great news, how do you see this community helping to slow
get back to work is how are things going to be a little bit different? How are you going to put into play social distancing? Are you going to clean differently? Are you going to have hand sanitizer maybe mounted to the wall somewhere? How are you going to talk to your employees about telecommuting if some of them still can telecommute? I mean, just think about the social distancing and mitigation efforts that you're going to incorporate into your company's or business's operation plan would be one thing that I would suggest that we all start thinking about.
Thank you, Laura. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce the Sheriff of Kootenai County, Ben Wolfinger. I believe he has over 37 years of law enforcement. He has been our sheriff since January of 2013, and he is a past chairman of this very organization. So, Sheriff Wolfinger, you and I have been in discussion quite a bit during this program. Thank you for being a part of the Unified Command, opening the Emergency Operations Center. I know you'll give a shout out to Chief Way, but I can't thank you enough as a member of this great community, and on behalf of our community with the people that are here and the people that are viewing in, thank you for your leadership and your communication. Please share with us how we're doing during this pandemic and what we could do better.
Well, I think we're doing well. You know, the Emergency Operations Center was able to stand up after the 15th of March when the county commissioners made a declaration of emergency. And what that allows us to do is to coordinate and to work with our partners at Panhandle Health and at Kootenai Health to coordinate communications, logistics, materials, things like that. The strategic national stockpile comes to the health district, and that's a great thing. And they've done a great job of distributing those supplies, the masks, the gloves, the hand cleaners, all those things that come from that stockpile. But it's not enough. And so the EOC, the Emergency Operations Center, has been critical in finding those resources, whether people are making them at home or getting supplies. So we actually have a local person with a distiller's license making hand sanitizer. And we help him get supplies to make hand sanitizer. And that's a great thing for us. The other thing that it's really critical for us is to coordinate the communication. You know, the Public Information Officer from the Emergency Operations Center, the Public Information Officer from Panhandle Health, as well as the hospital, they meet daily on a phone call, and they coordinate messages, and then we try to amplify those messages so we're all speaking from the same sheet of music here, trying to amplify what are good preventive measures, what things people need to be doing to prevent themselves from getting the COVID, or if they think they may have it, how to proceed after that. The other thing is, it's our responsibility to reach out to our elected officials. And so we have a phone call 3 times a week with our elected officials and appointed officials, and they can join in on that phone call to give them a briefing of where we're at in Kootenai County. And that's so they can make better informed decisions as they go forward. We've done a lot of good work in that time. We've gotten a lot of supplies in. We've distributed everything from masks to reusable suits that we sanitize by our first responders. We've set up a system that if a first responder thinks they may have been exposed to the COVID, we track that. We have resources now, both public and private, that where those first responders can be isolated or quarantined for a period of time to ensure that they don't go home and infect their family or the rest of the crew that they work with, so we don't have multiple first responders off on a quarantine. We've established and coordinated a lot with the 911 centers, both Post Falls and the counties, so that we have the ability to work with Panhandle Health. So when a first responder gets a call to an address, the 911 center will know whether or not that address has an active COVID patient. You know, it doesn't violate the HIPAA regulations. We're not knowing the name. We just know there's we need to take extra precautions when we go to that residence, and that just protects our first responders as well. So it's a daily changing thing. You mentioned Chief Way, Chris Way from the Emergency Medical System. He's my co-unified commander. He brings an expertise of the medical side that I just don't have. And he's been a great partner and a great leader as well in that organization. One of the things that some people have talked about is that what happens if we get a big surge at the hospital? Well, we've planned for that. We've planned with Panhandle Health and planned with Kootenai Health and with FEMA, and we have the resources to assist them if necessary. But there's a plan in place. And we've sat in with the incident commanders from the health district and the hospital on this modeling. We want to know where we're looking, where we're going, and on down the road. It impacts every one of us. And finally, our public information officers yesterday got together and with some input from the incident commanders, came up with a list of suggestions for the governor. And said, look, if you're going to kind of ease these restrictions, here's some recommendations from us that work with us. Providing social distancing, good hygiene, good preventative measures, so we can get back to business.
Sheriff Ben, thank you for that. Being close to the frontline personnel, it's been very important that we keep those people as safe as possible. Asking questions, I think, will become more common as we engage with people. The number of folks affected with this particular virus has stayed fairly reasonable, and I think it's due to all these good works and all these good partnerships that exist. What do you see as we go forward, sir, and the governor makes a decision tomorrow about 10 a.m.?
Well, the governor said last week that we won't be back to normal on the 16th. And I think we'll probably see an easing of some of the regulations. I agree with Laura. We must maintain our social distancing. It's going to take some changes in the way we do business, whether it be our own sanitation or cleaning of facilities or whatever it is. This isn't going to go away overnight, and we have to be aware of that, and we need to take the proper precautions. But we also know there's an economy here that we have to maintain. It's a very delicate balance, and I don't envy the governor in his position, but I know he's got good resources to help guide him and advise him, and we'll see what happens when we move forward.
Well, on behalf of the chamber and everything that's going on, I think the 5 northern counties have done an exemplary job of following the best practices. We look to move out of this lockdown or stay-at-home order and do it slowly and do it smartly. There may be a few questions that have come in as I look to Daryl and see if he's got some questions to ask these great panelists.
Yes, we have one right now. It says, what can we do to help Panhandle Health moving forward or the community?
Lauren.
Thank you, Daryl. Just as we've said, continue your great work in adhering to the governor's order, and let's see what his order says tomorrow, and work to comply with it. Planning. The second thing, as I mentioned earlier, how is your business going to handle social distancing as you go back to work, all the things associated with that, the cleaning of the surfaces, the hand sanitizer available for employees. Are there some employees that are going to continue to be able to telecommute? Is that part of your business operation plan? But think about your business operation plan as we go forward in when the governor tells us it's okay to go back to work.
Thank you again, Laura. And Daryl has one more question.
Yes, someone was asking to get a little bit more information about the COVID Relief Fund with United Way, the Chamber, and the city as well.
So the Coeur d'Alene COVID-19 Relief Fund, as I mentioned, serves the greater Coeur d'Alene area. We've currently raised over $35,000. That was as of yesterday. So we're hoping to continue that. We've done 2 rounds of grants totaling about $10,000. We were fortunate enough to have an anonymous donation of $10,000 that really helped boost that. And we had some support from a few chamber members, I believe. Pioneer Title, Centennial Distributing, and Tuntland Real Estate have all contributed to the fund. So I see that as a challenge to businesses, chamber members, to step up and make a contribution to the community. I do want to point out United Way of North Idaho is managing the fund, but we're not taking any administrative fees for this. So 100% will go to local agencies that are whose people they
individual to bring forward news, introductions, and all the other fun things that she can do. And we will slide out of this office. Make it a great day.
Well, hi. I guess I'm up. Good morning, everybody.
Jokes.
This is so awesome. So here's the deal. I was asked, it's Upbeat Breakfast. Do I tell a joke? Okay, here goes. Well, I did some research, and I did find a good joke about being quarantined, but quite honestly, I can't share it with you because it's an inside joke. But is anybody laughing? There's a few people in the room still. We're very safe here at the chamber. This room here in our beautiful conference room, looking at our gorgeous lake. Sterilized. You can see the tables shiny and wonderful. The panel just walked out, so we have only a certain amount of people. Daryl's still here, Tari from our team. Of course, Travis from Pulse Productions. Thank you so much for doing this today. We're going to talk about you in a little bit. And then Numerica. Jody's still in the room. So there's just a few of us. We're very safe. We're hoping you're safe. I'm hoping you're still home, maybe in your slippers. That would be awesome. But it's an Upbeat Breakfast, you guys. So let's talk about membership. Let's introduce some of the new members that have signed up. They're not here physically in the room, but let's at least mention them. Go to the chamber website, cdachamber.com. Be sure to find people. When I read off these names, maybe take a pen real quick, jot them down. Give them a call, they're new members. What are you doing? Reach out to membership. We are a chamber of commerce. Let's talk to one another. So let's recognize today Northwest Offset Printing, just what it sounds like, a big printer out of the Spokane Valley. Mom's Mini Donuts. You guys, this is such a cool thing. Mom's Mini Donuts, they travel around. They have an actual truck, big food truck. They make mini donuts and they're fabulous. They do weddings, they do family reunions. They'll come to Numerica's parking lot and service your customers. There's a lot of cool ideas with that. So again, they're on our website, Mom's Mini Donuts. Qualphone has rejoined the chamber, you guys, and they have joined at a diamond membership, which is our VIP level. So you're going to be hearing more about them. Rocking Bee Ranch. Rocking Bee Ranch is that barn at State Line. When you're coming into Idaho, cross the river, you see that big Rocking Bee Ranch sign off past Liberty Lake. They do country shows, big steak dinners, really fun place. If you don't know about it, you need to know more. Vertical Raise. Pay attention to that one. Check them out. New member. They do a fundraising, online fundraising. They're doing right now fundraising for restaurants here in Coeur d'Alene, but they're all around the country and they do a lot of fundraising for schools, sports projects, etc. So talk to Paul there. Panera Bread, welcome back. Love eating there. Wish they were closer, but hey, didn't I get to go out to Hayden and visit our members in Hayden? Pulse Productions, I've got you down here as a new member, but we're rejoining you, so welcome. Listen, you don't see Travis. I'm looking right at Travis. He's standing behind the camera. He set this room up, all of this for Facebook, in just a day. Got the software going, and you're going to see some fun stuff that they've done. But this is quality stuff, and so Travis, thank you so much for being here today. And in the room as a newer member, Talents Bookkeeping, just what it sounds like. Kyle is her name. Give her a call and welcome her again on our website, Talents Bookkeeping. And finally, welcome back to the Chamber, Hughes Investments. Time to keep investing. Great group there. So again, all of these guys and you and all of our 950 plus members are on our website, so visit there. Member news. Usually I'm doing the table interviews, right? Can't do that today. But what I did, and what we did, I should say, is we put a note out there to our members to say, share what you're doing. Share some fun stuff that we can do some chamber news. So let's do some member news. So first up, you guys, is Kootenai Law Group. They're doing Lawyers in PJs. Travis, have we got that up on screen? Oh, cool. So Kootenai Law Group, how fun is that? They're having conversations with their lawyers in quarantine, and they're marketing that they're sitting in their PJs and helping you. They welcome a call, whether you're a client or not. Listen, got some handsome lawyers sitting around in PJs, give them a call. Kind of fun. Here's a fun one Vicki Isaacson shared with us. North Idaho College Workforce Training. Look at this shot. Is that up on screen? I can't see what's up on screen. Okay, here they come. They're doing a Brady Bunch pose. Ready? I'm waiting for Travis to show it to you. He's looking. But anyways, they're doing photos of FaceTime conference calls, of course. All NIC Workforce Training and NIC Campus is doing meetings, as we are here too. So we're going to show you that photo, but thanks, Vicki, for sending it. And let's see, how about Architects West? Our pets to stay home, because my animals are very happy. And finally, hopefully we can show you Fisher Technology. Fisher Technologies has a photo challenge, so you should be seeing a picture of their group together. But they also have some cool stuff on their website, fishertech.com. You guys, they have a recommendation for, listen to this, feel-good playlist. So if you're looking for a feel-good playlist that you want to be listening to while you're working at home, go to fishertech.com. They've got it up there. They also have they call it their happiness playlist. And they also have 20 activities to boost your mood. Why not go there and check that out? So those are just fun things, fun pictures that are being shared from our members. And then last, and I'm going to let Daryl sit down and wrap this up for us. But last, there's been a couple people asking, I think, on our scroll of what the Chamber's doing and how to stay involved. Listen, we're doing what we do. We're connecting people. Look at this. This is so cool, right? Virtual Upbeat breakfast. It's fun. It's really informative. It's great to get our panel here. But listen, we're still having our committee meetings. We have 6 workhorses in this chamber. This chamber is an active working chamber. So for example, I staff membership outreach. Membership outreach is a committee, group of volunteers. They get together and they talk to our members. Right now they're on the phones just making customer service calls on our behalf. So they're meeting tomorrow via Zoom at 4 o'clock. If you're interested in that committee, just email me, marilee@cdachamber.com, or Daryl or anybody on our staff. Business Development's a committee. They're meeting Zoom. Public Policy's done for the season, but they're still meeting. Our leadership program is still going to go on. We're going to have an orientation, a member orientation. Rather than having business after hours, because we can't have a mixer together, on the 23rd, which is Thursday the 23rd at 5 o'clock, we're going to conduct a new member orientation, Chamber 101. Even if you're not a new member and you want to have a refresher on how to use the chamber, look for an invite on that. So committees are meeting, we're doing this, our phones, we're answering our phone. whatever we can do. Let's keep commerce going. You guys are excellent. You're awesome. Thanks for being here this morning. Thanks for getting up. Let's turn it over to Daryl. God bless you all. Mwah! Love you. Daryl, the hot seat's yours.
Great job, Marilee. Yes, we are still working. We are still being a great conductor of business for our community. This is such a great event that we have and we're able to put on for you. We're still working for our members. That's what we want to do and that's what we are here for. Before I close this, we will have a networking time at the end, so stay logged in if you want to network or do anything or ask any questions in the comment section below so that you can tell about your business, maybe what's going on, how we can help or how anyone in the community can help, because this is going to be embedded in the website or in the Facebook and everything like that, so people can look back and see how we can help your business. And like I said, we will have some networking time for that at the end. Really quick, I do just want to thank you for joining, and I do want to go ahead, we are going to do the Pledge of Allegiance at the end of this so that we can understand that we all are in this together and that we can continue to help each other. So if you'd all just kind of stand with me really quickly, and we'll stay in the Pledge of Allegiance. Also in this room, you can do it with me as well.
We'll come up.
Again, I want to thank you so much. Everybody gets to get up and continue their day from home. Please reach out and let the Chamber know how we can help. We want to be a resource for you. I thank you so much for being here. Everyone go off and have a great and spectacular Tuesday. Thank you so much for joining us.